What is up, everybody? Greg Rowe Show Tactical. Well, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be giving you an honest opinion and breakdown of the Alien Gear Photon holster. Now, there aren't really that many reviews of this holster out there other than just stuff like Alien Gear's put out. Maybe there's a few, but not really something that I deemed useful or whatever. So I wanted to make this for you so that you can, listen to what I say, see some of the features, and maybe figure out if this is something that may be appealing to you and maybe something that you might want to purchase and use here in the future. Little background on me and my thoughts on Alien Gear. I've always been a huge fan of Alien Gear as far as their innovation goes, their branding, how versatile and customizable all their stuff is. The reason I've never purchased anything and bought it or used anything from them is there's never really been a product that I've been just like, I need to have that. That's been appealing to me personally and just kind of what I like. I'm not a huge pancake style holster fan. I'm not a huge hybrid holster fan. And in the past, that's really all they've had with, their cloak holsters. And then they came out with the shape shift line, which is really cool, which is really, really changed everything from a concealed carry standpoint, just about how versatile one holster can be, right? But again, the problem with it is I carry a Penix, and I just wasn't a huge fan of the backer, and even the Penix holster, it was like this big, and I was like, that's just too big for my liking. So again, it was a shell that was interchangeable and all this kind of stuff. And so as much as I liked the idea and the innovation behind it, it just wasn't something to me personally that I would ever buy or use. So fast forward, Alien Gear has come out with something called the Photon, and it's an injection molded holster. And I was like, finally, something to me that I find interesting and could purchase, use, and carry. And so I didn't buy it right away, but I decided to give it a shot. Again, because I've been a fan of what Alien Gear does. I just feel like this was the first product they've come out with that really appealed to me and what I like. So it is injection molded. As you can see, everything is just super, super, super clean on it. There's not a whole lot of sloppiness or finishing issues or anything like that. And that's the one thing you're going to get from an injection molded, polymer or plastic, is you're going to get something that is put together, that is nicer, that is more streamlined. It isn't as messy. The finishing on it is basically going to be even and perfect everywhere on the holster, and that's what you get. It's really a better product. I own a lot of Kydex holsters, from a lot of makers, and the heat process and the taco style holsters and all that kind of stuff. But the issue with that is the finishing is never consistent, right? Because everything's finished by hand. So something might be, for example, on something like this may be down in the front a little bit, more, and then on the back it might be higher, and it's not going to be even. And then, it might not be even here, and it might not be even here. And there's just all of these kind of issues that come with, a Kydex holster that somebody, makes and finishes by hand. I appreciate the art of that and these smaller companies that are doing that, but it's just not as good a product. This is a much better product, fit, finish, quality, everything, being injection molded than it is, being, a piece of Kydex heated up and kind of with a blue gun in there and all that kind of stuff. It just is. I've always been a bigger fan of stuff like this overall, just because it's a better product. I mean, you can disagree with me all you want, but it's just a better product. There's not a holster out there from any holster manufacturer, whether it's Tenacor, whether it's Tolster, whether it's NSR, whether it's Tier 1 concealment, it doesn't matter who it is, that is going to be fit and finished and even and just as clean and smooth and whatnot as something like this is. That's just a fact. I did get it with the Photon backer. It comes, in a bigger piece, and you just you put these two screws in the back of the holster, depending on which, you know, side you're going to carry it, if you're right-handed or left-handed, and then you just kind of trim it down to, you know, what your liking is. It's actually very comfortable. It's almost got the same kind of finish and feel to it as like the G-Code Incog holster, like that kind of felt feel is really what it feels like. It's very comfortable in the waistband. Even though it has these 2 screws here, you don't feel them at all when wearing it. It does just kind of, you know, kind of mold to the body while you're wearing it, and does make the holster, in my opinion, I would say probably, let's just say 33%, in my opinion, more comfortable than wearing it without it. Is it like you're going to put it on and it's like, oh, I can't even tell it's there? It's like, you know, wearing a cloud. No, it's not like that. Is it better than just putting, you know, plastic or Kydex or whatever up against your body? Absolutely, yes, it is. It's got this clip on it. This is the 1.75. It comes with the 1.5. The wing here just attaches underneath the clip, and then you put it in the 2 holes. You insert the screws, and you're good to go. It has retention screws here that you can, you know, obviously tighten or loosen based upon what you like. And the cool thing about this, let me show you this box that it comes in, is this is basically an inside the waistband and outside the waistband holster in one. So you buy this product, and this is how it comes. It comes with the hardware and whatnot to turn this into a paddle that you can wear outside the waistband. You don't have to buy this separate. It comes with it. So it's $49, $50, and you get, you know, inside the waistband, outside the waistband, all in one. It's really cool. If you decide to use it without the backer on it, there will be a set of screw holes here in case you want to wear it, you know, left-handed, or you want to wear it right-handed. And you just take this tool here that's got all these little pieces in it, and you just snap that into here so it covers up all the holes. So there's no like exposed holes, you know, on the back side of your holster should you choose not to use this. Which again, that's just thinking a product out. That's just being thorough. That's just attention to detail. And those are the kind of things I've always appreciated about Alien Gear. So I'll just kind of show you here. This is 43X. You can hear it. Snaps in, shake it, goes nowhere. You can see how it kind of fits in there. It has room for the optic. It does have, I'll show you here on the back. It does have a few little kind of directions here on the back with the optic capability, as you can see here on the back. If you have an optic that kind of has that overhang, it won't work. But just your standard, you know, like Shield RMSC, or I have the O-Sight SE on there right now. I'll be giving a review on that here a little bit later. But all that stuff fits in the holster nice and easy, very comfortable. Again, it looks sharp. I mean, if you just look at that, it looks sharp. It looks very tactical. It looks very clean. It looks very, I don't know, I would even use the word like it looks even professional. Like it looks more like a professional product, and not something that's just kind of goofy and whatnot that you may get from some other brand. You can see the fit in there. It just fits nicely in there. Trigger guard is completely covered. There's nothing exposed. That's the back side of it, of how it'll sit against your body. And again, it's a really nice product. I'm thoroughly impressed with this. I didn't know what to think or what to expect. I was hopeful and, you know, kind of wanting this to be something that would be a good product, because I've always wanted to, you know, kind of use something from Alien Gear. But, you know, I've been thoroughly impressed with this. It's very comfortable. You can see that's the backer just kind of sits on there. You can screw the screws in, you know, up here or here, whatever you want to do. I just put it kind of further out to in my opinion, kind of stabilize it in a wider area. But it's a great product. I mean, it really is. When you look at some of the holster makers out there, like I'm always checking prices. I'm always just kind of looking at what people are doing and what's out there, and, you know, what colors people are coming up with, if they're kind of updating their processes their quality looks better, what their hardware looks like. I'm always just kind of looking around. And one of the holster manufacturers that I use a lot and really, really like is Eclipse Holsters. And I got on there the other day, and a holster that, you know, like last year or whatever, I was probably paying like 65 bucks for, is now like 85, 90 bucks for the same holster. It's the same holster, right? I went on We the People holster just because I always like to check them out, even though I think they're the worst of the, you know, major manufacturers. And I just went to go get a print, and, you know, I upgraded their clip to their aluminum clip and put their wing on it and put their backer on it. And it was like $150. $150. The holster itself was like 70 bucks. And I think all the stuff, the clip, the wing, and the backer was like 70 bucks. It was like $150 for a dog shit holster. You know, you look at Tenacore, and you're gonna pay 115 to 125 bucks for a Tenacore holster. And again, it's all, you know, heated up and folded and, you know, hand finished and all that stuff. You're not going to get, you know, the kind of, you know, quality from a build standpoint and whatnot that you're gonna get from something like this that was 50 bucks. I bang for the buck right now, like bang for the buck. It doesn't matter if you go to Tolster, Harry's holsters, you go to Vetter, like NSR, it doesn't matter what holster manufacturer you go from, unless you're just getting a plain black holster without a wing. You're paying upwards of 85, 95, 100, 110 bucks for a Kydex holster. And as I've said in previous videos in the past, there is no magical Kydex. Kydex is Kydex. It doesn't matter, you know, who's making it. It's the same stuff. So why some people can charge 60 bucks and some 90 and some 115, there's no magical Kydex, okay? In my opinion, in 2026, why somebody wouldn't want to use something like this that is injection molded, that is super clean, that is super versatile, and comfortable, and has a lot of innovation and tech behind it, and at a great price, 50 bucks. I think with this backer, it was $70. I mean, you're still paying far less than you're going to pay for a Vetter or a Tolster or a Teal 1 concealment or a T-Rex arms or a Tenacore or an NSR or any of these other companies. You're going to pay far less for something that, in my opinion, fit, finish, quality, build, versatility. You can't beat this. I'm definitely going to order some more Photons for other guns that I have. You know, my next purchase is going to be a Gen 6 Glock. I don't know if it's going to be the, you know, the 47, the 45, or the 19. I haven't decided yet, but I can't wait to get, you know, get that gun, get one of these, get that thing kind of how I want it, and then, you know, start looking at, you know, even some, you know, outside the waistband carrying, obviously not in town and stuff like that, but just, you know, mountains or whatever, and sort of use that and give my opinion that I'm not really going to wear this outside the waistband. I appreciate that it comes with it, but this isn't, to me, ever going to be an outside the waistband gun. That's not, you know, the point of it, so I won't use that. But I look forward to, you know, getting that new Glock and sort of testing that out and giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on that as well. So again, this is, in my opinion, a great product. Bang for the buck right now, 50 bucks, you know, 70 with the backer. I don't know if there is a better overall quality product on the market right now than the Photon holster from Alien Gear Holsters. I hope you enjoyed the review, thoughts and opinions on that. There's something I didn't go over that you kind of want to know. Let me know. You can see there the wing, you know, does sit up past the clip a little bit higher, so it does sit in your belt and kind of tuck that to your body pretty well. So that's it for me. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer any questions that I didn't go over, or, you know, any information or questions you may have. Always happy to do that. Like the video, give it a thumbs up if you want. Share the video, subscribe to the channel, and be on the lookout for a few other things that I have coming in the near future. Until next time, I'm out of here.